Greetings, humans. I am called Jambo 9000. My purpose today is to take you on a journey into the mysterious world of Area 51 and UFOs. Before we start, let's be sure we understand each other. What is a UFO? UFO stands for Unidentified Flying Object. It's something in the sky that people see but can't identify right away. People don't understand it or know what a UFO is. It's like a flying puzzle. Some humans think that UFOs might be from other planets or faraway galaxies. Other people think that UFOs are not from other planets at all, but that they are built on planet Earth, just like Jambo 9000. Now let's talk about a place called Area 51. Area 51 is a top-secret spot hidden in the desert of Nevada in the United States. It's a place full of secrets and mystery. Today we will learn about some people who study UFO sightings or who have seen UFOs themselves. We will ask and look for the answer to the question, have aliens visited us? That's right! Today we'll learn about UFOs and Area 51 in a very special reading. But first I want to say welcome to Reading Explorer Foundations. Before we begin the very first unit in this reading, let's warm up. This unit is titled Mysteries. Do you think there are things that science cannot explain? If you do, give an example. I do. I think science cannot explain sleep. Scientists know we sleep, and they know a little bit about brain activity while we sleep. They can measure sleep patterns. For example, how long we sleep, what time we go to sleep, and when we wake up. But science doesn't really know why we sleep or what happens when we go to sleep. Do you think science will ever be able to explain this mystery? What mystery can you think of that science cannot explain? Ah, nice answer. Question number 2. What do you think about when you read or hear the word mystery? When I read or hear the word mystery, I think of famous detectives like Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes was a fictional character. In other words, he wasn't a real person. Aha! What do you think about when you read or hear the word mystery? Before we read, let's take a look at this photo. Now let's read the caption. Some pilots see mysterious lights in the sky. Others have seen aircraft that look like discs or flying saucers. We call these UFOs, unidentified flying objects. Some people think UFOs are alien spaceships visiting Earth. Do you recognize all of the words in this caption? Take a look at the bold words: pilots, aircraft, discs, and alien. Match each word in bold with its definition. Let's look at the first word, pilots. What is the definition or meaning of the word pilot? Is a pilot a machine that flies? No. Pilots are people who fly planes. I want you to do numbers 2 through 4 by yourself. We'll check your answers in a minute. Ready, go! How'd you do? Let's check your answers. Aircraft are machines that fly. Discs are objects with a round shape. The word alien means from other places or planets. Now it's time for today's main reading. Have aliens visited us? Here are today's language targets. Language targets are the special words or phrases that I picked out just for you because I think they are important and fun to learn. Today's first language target is UFO sighting. We have 4 more. They are make a move, absolutely, strange looking, and to keep your eyes on something. Be sure to look for these language targets as we read today's passage. Have aliens visited us? Let's start the passage now. In paragraphs 1 and 2. Many people have stories about seeing aliens. Here are 2. Judy Varnes works for a group called the Mutual UFO Network. The purpose of this group is to research UFO sightings. Varnes thinks a place called Area 51 in Nevada in the US may be the best place on Earth to see UFOs. One day, she took some photos in the area and saw something she thinks is a UFO. We saw this little disc-shaped thing in our photos. It's kind of exciting, she says. See those pink words in bold? Those are vocabulary words. There are 3 vocabulary words on this page. The words purpose, research, and area. We also have the language target, UFO sightings. Before we learn the vocabulary and the language targets on this page, let's take a look at the footnote. The footnote is the word with the little number next to it. Can you find the footnoted word? Yeah, it's the word sightings. Take a look at this word. There's a small number next to it. It's the number 1. That means this is the first footnote in today's passage. A sighting happens when someone sees something unusual, and that's good to know. Let's look at the word purpose. A purpose is the reason something is done. Can you tell me, what is the purpose of wearing a seatbelt? Yeah, the purpose of wearing a seatbelt is to keep you safe in the car, or the bus, or the airplane, or the spaceship. Now tell me this, what is the purpose of swimming goggles? The word research means the careful and serious study of something. Research is done to find new information. For example, medical laboratories conduct research on new medicines to make sure they are safe. Research is done when you need to learn a lot of information about something. If medical laboratories didn't conduct research on new medicine, they wouldn't be able to find out if it was really safe for people to use. That's why research is very important and useful. Can you think of another kind of research besides medical research? Hey, time for our first language target. A UFO sighting is the event of seeing a UFO in person. The first UFO sighting happened in America in 1947. There have been thousands of sightings since then. Can you believe it? Now remember, for a sighting to happen, a person has to be present or there to see the UFO. Now, although UFO sightings get a lot of attention, it's hard to get the facts. Maybe this is because sightings often happen so quickly. Was that your first UFO sighting? Congratulations! Let's practice. A UFO sighting is the event of seeing a UFO in person. Now remember, a UFO is an unidentified flying object. That means something that is flying in the sky or through the air and you don't know what it is. Maybe it's a spaceship. Maybe it's a battery-powered frisbee. Maybe it's a giant donut. Many people think that UFOs are actually alien spaceships. What do you think? Have you ever had a UFO sighting? Do you know anyone who has? The word area means a region, place, or part of the world. For example, the area where I grew up is cold in the winter and hot in the summer. No, I didn't grow up in Area 51. Area 51 is in Nevada. That is in the southwestern United States. Much of Nevada is desert, so it's hot and dry. Area 51 is right here in the desert of southern Nevada. A lot of mysterious activity happens here. People work there, but the people who work in Area 51 aren't allowed to talk about what happens there. Do you have any ideas about what might happen in Area 51? Let's read about someone who lives near there. His name is Pat Travis. Pat Travis lives near Area 51. One night, she saw a strange light in the sky. The light's movements were very unusual. Travis saw the lights move sideways and up and down. She saw them make many strange moves. Travis thinks it was a UFO. We have two vocabulary words in paragraph 3, the word strange and the word movements. We also have a language target that comes from the phrase, make many strange moves. Before we learn these words, look at the second footnote. This is for the word sideways. Moving sideways is moving from left to right or from right to left. Have you ever seen a strange light move sideways in the sky before? That's very unusual. I could also call it strange. The word strange means unusual or surprising in a way that is hard to understand. I love strange movies. Old monster movies are very strange. This is from a strange old movie called Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. At the time, it was considered very scary. Do you think this movie is scary? Do you think it might be strange? What is so strange about UFOs? The word movement means a change of position. This is Tekla Hutrayova. Tekla is a world-class stunt performer and martial artist. Her ability to perform complex and difficult movements has earned her a successful career as a Hollywood stunt artist. What kind of movements do you imagine a UFO would make? And how is exercise different from the movements of a UFO? On to our language target, make a move. To make a move means to go ahead with a plan, to choose a movement and make it. There are many times and places you could make a move. A great place to make a move is on the dance floor. Have you ever made a move on the dance floor before? What kind of move was it? Did it look like any of these moves? We also make moves when we play games, such as chess. Let's practice. To make a move means to go ahead with a plan, to choose a movement and make it. When will a cat almost always make a move? Paragraphs 4 and 5. Secrets of Area 51. Some people think Area 51 is where the U.S. Air Force keeps secrets, like UFOs that came to Earth and the aliens inside them. But really, Area 51 is a place that the U.S. Air Force uses to test new technology, such as new kinds of aircraft. James Magaha is a pilot who flew airplanes at Area 51. There is absolutely no UFO activity at Area 51, he says. No flying saucers, no live aliens, no dead aliens. Interesting. Here we have a quote from someone who actually worked at Area 51. If there are secrets kept there, he's not telling us about them. By the way, the word secrets is one of our vocabulary words. So is the word technology. We have 2 footnotes on this page, the words Air Force and absolutely. Air Force is the 3rd footnote. The Air Force is the part of an army that fights in the air. What kind of vehicles, weapons, and machinery does the Air Force use to fight in the air? Jets? Helicopters? Do you think the Air Force uses any spaceships? Well, James Magaha says absolutely not. And the word absolutely means totally. By the way, absolutely is one of our language targets. Let's look at the vocabulary words on this page first. If something is secret, it is something that is kept hidden from others. Some people think the government keeps secrets about UFOs. What do you think? The word technology means using science to make life better. Technology can be used for many things. For example, we can use technology for entertainment. We also use technology to travel and to stay healthy. Can you think of any other uses for technology? I'm sure you can. Timmy was absolutely exhausted. He had been studying for 3 hours with no break. I am absolutely terrified of cockroaches. They make my skin crawl. Cockroaches are absolutely disgusting. Jack looks absolutely adorable in his Halloween costume, don't you think? In my hometown, the winters are absolutely freezing. Let's practice. Absolutely means completely, totally, 100%. This van is absolutely wrecked. Paragraphs 6 and 7. So what did Varnes and Travis see? Bill Fox worked at Area 51 too. He thinks he knows the answer. We did build some strange-looking airplanes, he says. I could see why some people would think they were UFOs. So are UFOs real? You'll have to decide for yourself. But if you do visit Nevada, keep your eyes on the skies. We have 1 vocabulary word on this page, the word decide. We also have 2 language targets. Strange looking and keep your eyes on the skies. Strange looking means odd and unusual to look at. These aliens are pretty strange looking. They seem very different from the way I imagine aliens would look. Hey, that one looks like a marshmallow. It's super strange looking. And this strange alien looks like an ant. That's very odd. Wait a minute, this one has a potato for a head. I'm beginning to think maybe these strange-looking aliens are not really aliens after all. What do you think? Let's practice. Strange-looking means odd and unusual to look at. What strange-looking things have you seen recently? To decide means to choose or make up your mind. Would you rather have chocolate ice cream or chocolate cake? You can't have both. You must decide. To keep your eyes on the skies means to watch the skies closely. When you watch something closely, you keep your eyes on it. You keep your eyes on the skies during a fireworks show. You have to keep your eye on the ball when you play football. You absolutely need to keep your eyes on the target for throwing and shooting practice. Hey, speaking of practice, let's practice. Keep your eyes on the skies means to watch the skies closely. I keep my eyes on the screen when I'm at the movies. What is something you keep your eyes on? Congratulations, you finished the reading. Time for today's discussion questions. There are 2 discussion questions. The first one has 2 parts. Do you think aliens are real? Why or why not? Oh my goodness, this is a big question. Me, personally, I'm not sure if aliens are real. I think they probably are. The reason I think this is because the universe is so huge. If human beings and all the plants and animals on Earth are the only living things in the universe, that seems a little bit silly, and it seems like a waste of space to me. So I think aliens are probably real, but I've never seen one before. Hey, that leads us to the next part of this question. Have you ever had a UFO sighting? If so, what was it like? I'm not sure if I've ever had a UFO sighting. I have seen some very strange-looking small red lights moving very quickly in the sky, but I'm not sure what they were. Hey, wait a minute. Does that mean I saw a UFO? Discussion question number 2. If aliens are real, do you think they have visited Earth yet? And if you were an alien, would you want to visit Earth? Why or why not? More interesting questions. If aliens are real, I think they have visited Earth if they are smarter than humans. If they are not as smart as humans, maybe they don't know how to travel through space yet. But if they're smarter than us, maybe they have the technology to travel through space and visit Earth. Now, if you were an alien, would you want to visit Earth? Why or why not? If I were an alien, I don't think I would want to visit Earth. I think I might be afraid that Earthlings wouldn't be friendly to aliens. But I'm not an alien, so I don't know for sure. How about you? What are your answers to the second discussion question? Tell me now. Let's check out the critical thinking questions. Why do you think UFO sightings are becoming more common? That's right. More and more UFO sightings have been reported in the last few years. Why do you think this is the case? Do you think that these UFOs are aliens from another planet? Do you think that they're technology that has come from Earth? Either way, UFO sightings are becoming more common. Why do you think that's happening? The second part of this question is, what other kinds of sightings are sometimes reported? When I was young, I used to hear stories about a creature in a lake in Scotland called the Loch Ness Monster. Some people believe this is a very old sea monster. Maybe it's some kind of underwater alien. People are very interested in the Loch Ness Monster. They even gave her a nickname, Nessie. There are other kinds of sightings besides Nessie and UFOs too. Can you think of any examples of these types of sightings? What are they? Nice work. Time for today's reading skill. Today's reading skill is scanning. You scan a text when you want to find specific information. When you scan, you only look for the information you want. You don't read the rest of the text.
What?
That's right, Mrs. B. You don't read the rest of the text. You only look for the information that you want. For example, for the question, where is Area 51? Look through the text for a place name, possibly a word beginning with a capital letter, like Nevada or US. Let's try this now. The question is, where is Area 51? Here is the first page of our reading. I don't want you to read all the information. I just want you to scan for the answer to this question. Where is Area 51? I'll give you 10 seconds. Go! Did you find it? Well, here's Area 51. Where is it? It's in Nevada, in the US. Nice work. Let's do a little more practice. Scan for the answer to the question, what is James Magaha's job? Ready? Go! There's the name, James Magaha. Now, what's his job? His job was to be a pilot, and he flew airplanes at Area 51. We don't need to read both paragraphs to get this information. We just need to scan until we find James's name. Then we read the sentences around that. Got it? Let's try one more. Now, scan for the answer to the question, what did Bill Fox build? To find the answer to this question, I recommend that you scan or look quickly for the name Bill Fox. Then try to find the answer, what did he build? Ready? Go! There's Bill's name. What did he build? He built Area 51. He thinks he knows the answer. No, here it is. We did build some strange-looking airplanes. So Bill Fox built some strange-looking airplanes. That's the answer. And that is how you scan. Time for today's homework. For today's homework, I have made you a scanning worksheet. It looks like this, and it is beautiful. All you need to do your homework is the worksheet, and you need to be able to read the passage, "Have aliens visited us?" When you do this homework, I don't want you to reread the passage. I just want you to scan for the answers. Once you've found the answer, write it down. Then you can answer the questions in full sentences later, after you've scanned for the answers. Okay? Nice work. I hope you enjoyed the very first lesson in the Reading Explorer Foundations video series. But stick around, there's more coming up. We have a retelling and writing video coming up next. I'll see you there.